Hey, what's up, everybody? Anthony Velvet Hall here, and welcome to another episode of THESPIANWERX. That's right, THESPIANWERX, an opportunity for me to take everybody who is an entertainer and have them speak their piece. Like I've told many people many a time, all the world is a stage, but not everything on the stage is the same. So no matter what part you play and whatever act you're in, you get an opportunity to speak on it however you please. All right, so I have a very good friend of mine, and a really great guest to talk to today. Last week I had a wrestler. This week I've got an actor. So I've got a really cool person for everybody to get to know better or to meet for the first time. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen. This guy right here, this
Hey,
man, this husband, this father, this hero. This man is a guy
yeah.
that I've had the opportunity to work with and learn a lot from. Uh, we've worked together on various projects. He's always on the move, always making things happen. And now we get a chance to pick his brain a little bit about being an actor, being a thespian, being an entertainer, and a whole lot of other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to THESPIANWERX, my friend, and hopefully soon to be yours, the one and only award-winning actor, DAP PAXTON. DAP, how's it going, brother?
Hey, man, that's an outstanding intro. So I don't even feel worthy. I'm like, I feel like there should be like a microphone in the audience, just, you know.
But hey, man, you are definitely worthy of it, man. You are
Oh, man.
definitely worthy. I know it's been a while for
Yeah,
everybody. It's definitely been a while for us. I think the last time you and I
yeah.
worked together was on Restless. I think we worked
Rest,
together on Restless. I think that was the
yeah,
last time we worked together.
yeah, Restless. Which I hear is now on Amazon. Is it streaming? Now I think it's
I don't,
streaming now.
I'm not sure if it's streaming.
Okay.
Um, I think the well, was it Restless, or let's see,
I don't know.
yeah, well, actually it was Restless, but
Was it okay?
anyway.
Yeah. Well,
um
we're together again, you know.
right, exactly, man.
Yeah, man.
Tell us a little bit about how you got your start in acting.
Oh, that's a very interesting story, man. Thank you for inviting me on. It is an honor to sit with you and share my experience.
Absolutely.
Hopefully somebody can get something from it. But so way I started acting is professionally is there was a production company called Dreamcatcher Productions, and they had a production called Black Monologues, that show called Black Monologues. And so oftentimes the show will go up at 14th Street Playhouse. If you're from Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. So it's right. It used to be downtown. Now I think SCAD bought it. It's something else now. But I was the marketing director for that company. It was a good friend, brother of mine. We went to college together, and he had written this. Him and his wife had written this outstanding play about black men and their ideas around love. Now, I hadn't acted before then, you know, and I wasn't acting then. I was the marketing director, so I was building the brand. I was putting butts in seats, and somebody got hurt. One of the actors got hurt, but I had seen the show so many times. There was nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else was there to do the part. So I knew the lines, I knew the part. And so for the sake of the production, I was like, well, I'll step in and I'll do it. And it just happened to be this role of this Pastor Marlin was his name. And he was, he ran his church, and he was a playboy, you know, and that was that was my first role on stage, and of course I did horribly,
Oh, come
um,
on.
but but I fell in love with that feeling of being on stage, of bringing a character to life. The interesting thing is I was always like, because I filmed the shows too. I'll be
Right.
behind the camera like, man, I can totally do that. I could totally do that, right? But I never had built up the nerves to actually do it until that moment. So I stepped in, did it, man. That year, I ended up doing 28 shows
Oh wow.
that year. Um, and that was like my training ground right there. And it was monologue, it was theater, it was live, it was intimate, it was in a black box. So people are sitting right there in front of you, you know, so you could see, feel everything coming from the audience, and I was eating that up. Um,
Absolutely.
and I couldn't, not do it. I had to continue, and so from that point, I started auditioning for other things. Started training, like really taking it serious. Started training, um, and studying the craft, and I was just committed to getting better at it. So that's my story. Long story.
Hey man, it's a cool story because we all have one. Everybody that's a thespian, that's an actor. We all have a way that we all got started, and everybody's story is different. But strangely enough, is those experiences. That's just like the first step in a boatload of experiences that kind of bring us all together. So
Mhm.
that's a pretty cool way to get started. I kind of got started in wrestling the same way, but that's another story. So,
Yeah,
but
man, I got it. I can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to
yeah,
hear it.
well, yeah, that's crazy. That was a really really weird experience, but it was
Yeah.
fruitful. You have what would you say? What actors would you say have even after having taken classes and learned more about the craft? What actors have you seen in other productions? Would you say have had a direct influence on you?
Man, so many, so many. But there are actors that I see, and I'm like, yeah, I will always remember this person just from that one time. One person who's interestingly enough is a close personal friend of mine now, but the first time I saw him on stage blew my mind. And this brother Enoch King, and if you're a theater goer in Atlanta, then you know who I'm talking about. He is a beast. And I remember going to see another friend of mine do a show called Colored Contradictions. Yeah, I think that was the name of the show, Colored Contradictions. Um, and it was at the Porter Sanford Performing Arts Center. And this was maybe 12, my son is 14 now, so maybe 12 years ago. And I saw him do his thing. I think he played like three different characters in that show, and completely different characters, and just ripped up the stage. I was amazed. I was amazed by what he did up there, and I never forgot his name. I never forgot what he did, and so I just continued to watch him. And so recently we run in the same circles. We have been running in the same circles for years. So finally, we got a chance to uh, meet and sit down and talk, and really hit it off, man. So he's like one of my heroes, and now we're friends, which is just a beautiful thing. But other people who I've seen, it seemed to have the same type of effect on me. I remember seeing Don Cheadle and Earl the Goat. I don't know. I'm dating myself now, but Earl
Yeah,
the Goat.
you did a
Never
story
seen
about
that movie.
Earl Manigault. Yeah,
Yeah, Earl Manigault. So if you've never seen that movie, man, it is a study. But I remember seeing that film with Don Cheadle, and I never forgot him. I was like, that brother right there is a dynamite actor, and now he's like just exploded. Jeffrey Wright, same way.
yeah.
Um, of course, like Lawrence Fishburne, Angela Bassett. These are people who I like. I revel in their performances. It's like, man, I just, how can I get that juice? Um,
Absolutely.
and lately, I've become a fan of Jonathan Majors. who's
Okay.
the first time I saw him was in the last Black Man in San Francisco, and that movie that's the best movie I've ever seen in my life, and his performance just shook me. And so now he's lead in Lovecraft Country. So if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, he's the brother who's the lead in Lovecraft Country. Jonathan Majors is a phenomenal actor. But yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, you and I met on this set of Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating. And I would be remiss if I did not speak about Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating.
Yeah, shout out to
Now,
Bobby and Renee Peoples. Yeah.
absolutely, we got to talk about Bobby and Renee, most definitely. And it was funny meeting you because I think I met you because the scene is you're dating an older woman who has two grown sons that live with her. And so long before we even had, I guess, maybe a table read,
Yeah.
you'd met Anthony. You met well, Mr. McDowell.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah. 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 Andre. Yeah.
yeah, you
McDowell.
met
Yeah.
Andre McDowell. And
Yeah.
when you met him, you were like, "This is your son?" Okay, all right. And then like I came around the corner and we'd never met before. And this was like the craziest introduction. And somebody was like, "Oh, there's her other son." And you were like, "This is your other son?" God damn. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was funny. But the cool thing is that we all stayed in character and it was so
Yeah.
much fun to do.
Oh man.
Is comedy a preferred genre of yours, or was this role challenging for you in any kind of way?
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you. First of all, that's probably one of my favorite episodes. I had the most fun doing that particular episode right there. It was between that one and then the one I did with Fatima, who was the
Okay.
stalker, who was my wife. She played Fatima the stalker, but my wife in real life played that role. So
Hey, Missy.
no, yeah, she actually just left.
Okay.
But I'll tell her you said hey.
Yeah.
Um, so comedy that was it's I had not done comedy up until that point.
Okay.
Um, and not that it wasn't preferred, I just didn't think that I had the chops because comedy is extremely difficult to do. You know, now I like to think of myself as a funny dude. You know, off camera, and I
Gotcha.
always said that I was like, I can make people laugh off camera, but I don't know about in on camera. Like I don't know if I can really bring that because it's timing, it's wit, it's I love. That's one of my favorite genres to watch is
Hmm.
comedy. I love Will Ferrell and Dave Chappelle and those cats. I watched them, but I just didn't think that I had it in me. This particular year, I had done two plays, and I played the lead in both of them. And one was called Split Second, and the other was um, It'll Come to Me. But man, what was that play? It'll Come to Me, and they were very heavy. These were very heavy plays, and I played the lead in both of them. The Split Second show was about a New York City police officer who shot and killed a perpetrator that he had in
Okay.
handcuffs. So black police officer, me, kills a white guy who was calling him all kind of racial epithets. And, it was
Gotcha.
nasty. So he was so upset that he shot him while he was in handcuffs, and he took the handcuffs off. So the whole play was about should I turn myself in or not? You know,
Right.
um, that was a heavy, heavy piece. And I did those two shows, a soldier's play. That was the other one, a soldier's play. And I did those back to back. And for those of you who are thespians, you know how difficult it is to come out of those characters if you've done your work. And so that those two roles had really consumed me. And so, I was stressed. I was, you know, God bless my family, because they they have to put up with me while I'm coming out of characters. So sometimes,
Right.
it takes months sometimes. And Bobby and Renee, they called me and said, we wrote this web series, and you're the only person that we had in mind to play this role. We actually wrote it around you. And would you be open to doing it? And I was like, it's a comedy? I was like, are you sure you want me to do a comedy? And they were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So they sent me the script, and I was like crying, laughing. I was like, it's no way that I'm not going to do this. I need this right now. So it
Right.
was really therapeutic for me as an actor, and an artist to do Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating. Um, yeah, I had no idea that it was going to be as popular as it is. Um, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do.
Absolutely. I had a ball doing it as well. For those of you who don't know, Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating is currently on Amazon Prime and on Urban Flix.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, on Urban Flicks, yeah, it is. So,
yeah, now
uh, there may be some things in the future. There may be. I
you
don't know.
never know. You never know. Especially
Hmm.
when you're talking about Bobby and Renee Peoples, because they
Yeah,
think
man.
on a completely different plane.
Oh
Trust me, and
man.
it's always fun working with them. Always fun. What's up,
Yeah.
Bobby? What's up, Renee? We here in the state of Georgia, much less Atlanta, miss you. We all miss
Yes,
you.
we
We
do.
definitely
Yes, we do. Yeah.
absolutely. Now, you reprised your role as Dexter Jackson in another one of their television series, The Mind of a Woman, where you
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
actually it talked about the conversations, or more or less the adventures of a woman with quite possibly the most infamous female name for a black woman, Keisha.
Keisha.
This is a mini series about a black woman named Keisha. If that's not enough to make you want to watch it, I don't know what is. Okay, but here's the
uh,
crazy thing: Dexter Jackson actually went out with this woman,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
we all had a scene together, and that was funny. It was so much fun. Um, Going from being the lead in one series to, I guess, maybe being a recurring actor in the other. Um, what were some of the bigger differences that you really noticed as in relation to how you approached Dexter Jackson in The Mind
Oh
of a
man.
Woman as opposed to his own series?
Oh man. Being supporting is a lot easier than being the lead,
Okay.
And I mean, I know like there's balance to it all. You have to do your work. That's bottom line. But being the lead, you are really you bring the energy to the set. So your role as a lead, it kind of it transcends just what you see on the camera. It's not just the work that you do in front of the camera. It's also how you're relating to your castmates, how the energy that you have between the crew. So you set the tone for the show, for the project, as well as what's happening like behind the scenes, man. So being a lead, you just kind of carry that weight as a leader. It's like being a quarterback of a football team. You just carry that weight. Being supporting is a lot more lax. You don't have that. You don't have that weight. However, it is it's important that you are a proper support for the lead and for your other castmates. Um, it doesn't mean that you can just slack and do whatever you want to do, or whatever it is. You still need to be there. So the differences I saw was just I knew I had a lot more leeway, a lot more flexibility and freedom, and the project wasn't relying on me so much, right? So um, it's kind of like a relief. That was a relief for me, because I'm used to being in the lead. I'm used
Right,
to
right.
playing lead roles. So being supporting is a relief, and you can just have fun, and bring that energy.
That's pretty cool. That's cool to hear, man.
Yeah.
Now I most recently saw you in a project that really raised my eyebrows. And that
Really?
project is none other than Karl and Chanel.
Oh, Karl and Chanel.
Karl and Chanel.
Yeah,
Now, this is a very interesting project with
yeah.
you in it, mainly because I've never one thing I like about different directors and different people that do things, they see things in a different way. But I really like people who kind of tap into a lane that a lot of people aren't in. And I've never had the chance to meet Jade Angela Moore before, but
Oh
I've
man.
seen not only Carl and Chanel, but I've seen on my
Mm-hmm.
radio and I've seen a couple of other things that she's done, and she taps into a completely different space that not a lot of people are in it, and she nails it. She
Mm-hmm.
nails it. Everything I've seen from her has been A1. It's been great.
Yeah,
Now, you play Carl in Carl
yeah,
and Chanel.
yeah,
Very interesting story.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
interesting story. Please elaborate on your role as Carl, as only DAP can do.
Whew, Jade is wonderful to work with. I love her. I love her spirit. I love her work ethic. She's very thorough. But she also allows for freedom. As an actor, it's important to be able to, make your own choices. And Jade, she definitely makes space for that. So we're going to be working together on quite a few things in the future too. But so Carl and Chanel though, Carl he's an escort. He's a male escort, um, and he's fallen in love with one of his escortees. I don't know what's the proper term.
I guess
One of
you'll
his
call her a client.
yeah, one of his clients that he was servicing properly. Uh, so he's falling in love, and so you kind of see that play out. The thing with Carl is he's been so for those of you who don't know about that industry like escorting or any type of sex industry, um, there's a lot of psychological trauma that comes along with that, right? There can be, and for the most part, there is. Carl was recruited very young. I think he was 15 when he first got
Oh wow.
started. And yeah, so he was pretty much turned out by his madam, um, which you know, yeah, it's a whole situation. So you kind of see his struggle with mental health kind of play out in the choices that he makes, and so that's an internal struggle for Carl. But it makes for very interesting, entertainment. So I enjoy playing that role. Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's nice. It's a good stretch for me.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stretching that goes on in Carl and Chanel. There's a lot of there's a lot of stretching. It's I mean,
Slight stretch.
there's a lot of stretching. The flexibility of the actors and actresses in this
Hey man,
amazing show.
yeah,
It's phenomenal. It's
I'm not
phenomenal.
studying yoga for nothing. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not studying yoga for nothing. No,
Oh,
it was just
that
good.
is great. That's
It's a
crazy.
great cast, man.
Yeah.
The cast is really good. Latrice Nicole, she's phenomenal. Like everybody's really good. So they gave me a lot to work with, and just bounce ideas off of, and we just go in, just go in on the scene. So it was fun to do.
Absolutely. Looks fun to do. Um,
Yeah.
Hi, Jade. My name is Anthony Velvet Hall, and I'm an actor. So if there's ever any roles that you feel I need to be able to assume, I'd be more than happy to play those roles. Yes. I just want to put that out there. Hi,
You, you
Jade.
know what? I'm gonna have something. I'm gonna have something pretty soon. something that's safe, that's socially distanced. But I just feel like there's certain people that need to meet each other. So
Absolutely.
I'll let you know about that, and I'm sure I'll invite Jade if she's not too busy. That'll be a good
Absolutely.
time for you guys to
Absolutely. Shout out to the Jam fam.
jam.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely. Jam Entertainment. Now we talked about you. Just to kind of clarify something that we spoke on earlier. We were saying that we thought Restless was out on Amazon Prime. It's not Restless. It's actually Paradise.
paradise, paradise.
Paradise by 480 Films is out
Yeah,
on on Amazon Prime, on Tubi, and also I think it may be on the Maverick Movies app on Roku as well. Now,
cool.
DAP, you are someone who, like we said before, has worked with Bobby and Renee Peoples, TPN, Tavares Wilson, Ty Anderson, Rodney Jackson's 480 Entertainment, Jade Angela Moore's Jam Entertainment. Um, so you have weaved through quite a bit of quite a bit of productions.
Yeah.
To anybody out there who's an aspiring actor or even somebody who may just be in business, um, if you could please talk a little bit about the importance of not only networking but maintaining great relationships in business.
Oh man. So first of all, I have to admit something. I am not the best networker. But I do like meeting people, you know. And I'm serious about the work that I do. So I think the thing that's really helped me to navigate and to work with different people is that, I do the work. I do the work. People, I mean, you can go on YouTube and see, things that I've done. But even just working on sets, like I make sure that I'm professional, that I'm respecting other people's time. It's just certain things that I just make sure that I do. Um, and those things, just showing up stands out. And so I just make sure that I'm showing up for the people that I commit to, and that I'm also showing up for myself first and foremost. And I think that's really helped me in my reputation. So I think it has more to do with character than anything, and that's important to me. How I present myself, who I am. So I do a lot of self work, and because I want to be a person that people know that they can rely on. I want to be a person that that adds value to things, and adds value to people's lives. And so I just, that's my daily work. I make sure I'm doing those kind of things every day. So it's nothing for me to bring that to set, and that's, being on set. Being on set, there's no other place that I'd rather be outside of with my family. There's no other place I'd rather be than on set. And so this is my way that I show my appreciation and gratitude for those opportunities to be on set, man. Because I just, you know, during this quarantine, it was jacking me up that I wasn't on a stage or on a set somewhere. It really had an impact on me, and I know it had an impact on a lot of people, a lot of actors, especially. So,
Definitely.
we're blessed, man. We're really blessed to be able to tell these stories and stand in this position and hold this space. Um, so I think I know it has nothing to do with networking. What I'm saying, because I'm such a poor networker. I soar with my strengths, and those are my strengths, and I think those are the things that have kind of transferred from one production company to another production company to one casting director to another casting director to one producer to another producer. So my reputation just it goes before me. You know, um,
I got you. I got you.
yeah.
Now, what would you say is your dream role?
Dream role. Ah, you know, honestly, I have to say I am just open. I don't know if I have a dream role. Like I know people who was like, I'll do anything to be on Marvel, to be a superhero.
Right.
I'm not that guy. I think that I appreciate the things that have come to me, and whatever unfolds before me, I am totally open to that. I had the opportunity to play Dr. King in a
Yeah.
in a play called The Mountaintop. Actually, two plays, The Mountaintop and The Meeting. But The Mountaintop was written by Katori Hall. Katori Hall is the same person who wrote P Valley, who's working on P Valley. She wrote that. But before P Valley, there was The Mountaintop. Oh, I'm sorry. I started a fire in my fireplace in the wood. Just got to make sure the house not burning down. My wife will kill me. Yeah, so I think we're good.
Hey, look, if you're looking for an ATL's hottest nominee, there he is right there, DAP PAXTON. He's burning down the damn house. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey man, I'm a pyromaniac in my former life. No. But I got a chance to play. Dr. King is one of my heroes, and so I got a chance to really dig into him, and that his personality, his characteristics, just his story, and it took a lot out of me. But for me, man, just playing my hero or any heroes that I have, those are if there's a dream role, then those would be it. Anybody that I've always looked up to, So I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's kind of
Absolutely.
around the way answer, but
Hey, it's fine. I mean,
there you go.
that's your answer. That's your truth, man. That's your truth.
Yeah.
I'm glad you get your truth. Now, outside of acting, what are some hobbies that you enjoy?
Hobbies. Whew. I I don't think I have any hobbies.
That is a true answer right there. All consuming. This whole thespian thing is all consuming.
I don't think I have any. Well, no. Let me see. Okay. No, I love to dance. I love
Really?
dancing. Dancing is like it's my favorite thing to do. I love dancing. So, but I'm not like a professional dancer. Remind me to tell you when I was a professional dancer. I'll tell you
Okay.
that story offline. But
All right.
yeah. I love dancing, man. So, House in the Park in Atlanta, it's my favorite event in the whole city.
Nice.
Like that's my happy place, being on the dance floor. So, if
Nothing
anything,
wrong
is
with
that.
that. That's,
Yeah.
I can respect that. 'Cause you're talking to a guy who does Zumba. So, I mean,
Oh, you do Zumba?
yeah, I do Zumba, man. I'm like,
Okay,
yeah,
that's what's up.
I'm like the Zumba bulldozer, man. Like, yeah, it's crazy. I'm like the biggest thing in the class.
It's like I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm
Yeah,
coming.
that's right. And absolutely. I'm in a room full of women, and all of a sudden you just see a guy 6'1", 230 pounds, just dancing and trying not to knock people out the way. It's crazy, but it's bananas, man. What is next for DAP PAXTON?
Oh man, what's next? So uh, I guess I can put this out there now. So I have a company called Daps World Creative Studios, and this is something I've been doing for a long time. I help people build brands, and so which is a form of storytelling for me. And so I've been able to weave my talent of storytelling and my vision into a business model, and it's been very beneficial for me and my family. And so it's recently I acquired a production studio. So
Nice.
yeah, so now I have a production studio, 3 sound stages, 3,500 square feet. I have I'm still setting everything up, so we'll be open, at the top of the year. Officially, at the top of the year, we'll be open. But I have a podcast studio. So if you want to bring your podcast over to Daps World Studios, there's space for that. I'll also be doing self tapes there for actors who need self tapes. You can come to the studio. We have a conference room, I have a recording studio. So if you want to do ADR or voiceover work or even music production, we can do that. So that's what I've been working on for probably the past 2 years. Just getting that plan, the business plan together, finding a space. So it's in Lithonia. Um, so yeah, man. So that's what's next. I'm writing quite a bit. So you probably people don't know this about me. It's so funny. I do write, I do produce, and I direct. And so I have projects that I have three short films that I've written, produced, well, one of them, two of them I didn't direct, but I produced all three and wrote all three. And so now with the studio, I have several other projects that's slated to go into production in 2021. So that's what's next for me. Just working on these projects, man, and to support whoever else has projects out there who needs a place to film. Um, so yeah, that's what's next.
Awesome, awesome, man. It is always great to talk to you, always great to catch
Like,
up with you. And the crazy thing is, like, a lot of times
why?
this is something that I definitely want to do, not just like with a lot of actors anyway, because for the most part when we're on set, it's hey, how you doing? We give handshakes and hugs and all that kind of stuff, and then we just go into our professional modes, and then we are
Hmm.
the characters that we portray. And then
Hmm.
maybe after we're done shooting, depending on how long the day is, or if anybody has any, commitments after we're done, then maybe we can talk and chat a little bit and everything. But to be able to sit here and have a conversation with you and get to know a little bit more about you and understand your passion for the craft, I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be able to do
Oh,
that. And I thank you so much for coming on my show, man. I really
oh
do,
man,
bro.
thank you for having me, brother. It's an honor and a privilege. We have had moments while we were on set. I think on
Yeah.
the 480 project, we really got a chance
Yeah.
to get to know each other a little better.
Oh,
But
man.
it's always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
I, I I'm thinking about that because I remember we had a conversation and we were
Uh-oh.
actually talking about Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating. And I think I
I
I
probably
was
said
talking to
something
you.
totally left
No,
field.
it wasn't that. It was I think I was talking to you about a girl I used to date,
Mm.
and yeah, I think you remember the conversation, and we were trying to figure out how we could implement some of that stuff into Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating. So that was funny, and that was a
Yes.
long shoot. We shot into the morning. We
Oh
shot into
man,
the
it was
morning.
all
That
night.
yeah, we shot that in Duluth. I remember that because
Yeah,
we shot earlier in the day in Atlanta, and
yeah,
then we started off in the morning. It ended early afternoon, and I think we started that next shoot at midnight the
yeah. It
next
was
night.
late.
Yeah,
It was late. It was late. As I remember, I had to drive from Decatur to Duluth,
yeah,
to be on set. But that was, but that's when you know where your passion lies. Where you don't
absolutely
mind, spending the night with some folks filming a movie.
right.
On the other side of town.
Yeah,
On the other side.
yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely, man.
good times, man. But those are moments they're gems. They're gems.
Right.
These are precious moments, man. So thank you for having me on your show, brother. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Everybody, once again, thanks to my good friend, great actor, award winning actor. The awards he's won, I think he's just really scratching the surface. I think he's got some more awards to win. Maybe the nominations haven't been brought up yet or anything like that. But if you don't have your eye on DAP Paxton, get your eyes on him and get other people to get eyes on this guy. Because trust me, you will not be disappointed no matter what genre he's in. Once again, Dap, thank you so much for being on my show, brother. I definitely
Oh, man.
appreciate you.
Thank you,
Everybody,
man.
hey, no doubt, man. Everybody, this has been Thespian Works with Anthony Velvet Hall. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys next time.